What's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Hope you all have had a great Wednesday as we're progressing through the week. Sorry I didn't upload yesterday. There's just not a lot to talk about in the eastern U.S., and that is the main areas I talk about is the East Coast, Southeast, Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, the South Central U.S. Too. That's why I didn't really make a video really breaking down what is ongoing right now in Iowa. There's been several tornadoes, very photogenic tornadoes. Obviously, Iowa is just a lot of cornfields, a lot of wide open spaces, so there's a lot of storm chasers out there that is getting a lot of big-time footage of tornadoes. So thoughts and prayers do go out to anybody affected by that. I don't know if I have anybody really viewing from that area. I don't talk about it much, but they are getting some significant weather. We're going to briefly touch on that in this video, but thank y'all for the support. It's very slow right now. I anticipated June and July to be probably my slowest months. We had the brief spike the last couple weeks due to the activity in the tropics. So it's just summer. About the only big thing you really can talk about this time of the year is when the jet stream is obviously much more north, which means that you have the more severe weather outbreaks like today in the more northern states, the Midwest, the upper Midwest, and even gets into Canada, especially in late July and August, where the jet stream is basically on average at its most northern point before it starts to gradually start to get closer to fall, and you start to get more and more dips in the jet stream, and then you get what you call a secondary severe weather season that can happen in fall during the changing of the season. So we have that. We have hurricane season that's going to ramp up again here in probably the next couple weeks. So there's going to be a lot to talk about here in the coming weeks, but for now it's slow, so I might miss a day or so. Just if there's nothing to talk about, I don't want to bore y'all to death with just talking about, not, just daily chances of storms. But honestly, that's pretty much all there is to talk about when it comes to this time of the year. A lot of heat, a lot of humidity, and daily pop-up storms. In fact, we're getting one right now at my location as I'm looking out my back door. So if you guys have not subscribed, any new viewers, definitely hit the subscribe button. I upload content every day, and even when the weather's kind of slow. So thank y'all, especially for the people who view my videos. And it's like y'all are almost like family to me, the people who view my videos even on the slow days. So thank y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all having a great evening. Anything I can pray about, please put in the comments. Also, want to mention, I haven't actually done this. If I like to, mention, there's a little girl. I go to a workout group called the F3 group, and there's a little girl. I'm not sure of her name, but she's about 3 or 4 years old, and she has cancer, and she's in a battle right now. Like I said, I'm really bad with names, but I don't even think the person knew her name. But it's basically a family member, a daughter of the workout group I go to. So I just ask for prayers for that little girl as she fights cancer and goes through a very tough time. The kids definitely have a soft spot for me. I have 2 little girls, and definitely prayers go out to them. So thank you all for joining me in prayer for that. But here we go. So tomorrow, we're basically just going to talk about tomorrow. There's a marginal risk of severe weather. I know I don't talk about this area a lot, but extending from the panhandle of Texas all the way up to basically Canada, to Detroit, including Cleveland, Buffalo, far northern areas of New York State. There's also a very small area of a 2% chance of a tornado. So this is where the tornado parameters are probably heightened. The thermodynamics is a little bit better for tornado development. From Wichita to Kansas City to a little smidget of western Illinois there, central western Illinois. So some more severe weather expected tomorrow, but definitely nothing like what Iowa's seeing today. There's a joke in the storm chasing community that Iowa is cursed, meaning every time the chasers go to Iowa to chase, it always ends up being a bust in the storm chasing community, meaning they don't ever end up getting any good content. The good thing about Iowa, like I mentioned, there's a lot of small towns. Not a lot of small towns. There's just a lot of fields. I've never been there, but I think a lot of people know that who know out in the Midwest. There's a lot more wide open areas. So we're going to talk about what we're going to see tomorrow. Like I said, short range models are hard. They're very difficult. It's very hard to pinpoint when showers or storms are going to pop up when you basically just have a southwest flow from an Atlantic ridge out in the ocean You get showers and storms that pop up due to sea breezes. Sometimes you get pulse storms that pop up that just, when there's basically them hot summer days when there's just no winds at all, like a 1 to 3 mile per hour winds, and you just get them pulse up storms that kind of blow up out of nowhere, and then they just rain themselves out, and they don't really move, and they kind of stabilize themselves. You get that kind of stuff, and then every once in a while you'll get a rare summer cold front to bring severe weather, but that's normally not the way we get storms here in the southeast. But as we're going overnight, any storms will die off. Might have some pop-up downpours overnight. Getting into the morning time, as it's starting to rain at my location, you get more showers and storms popping up. If we're going off the latest NAM, I would say anywhere from southern Alabama to central to southern areas of Georgia to central South Carolina to, basically anywhere, guys. It's really hard to pinpoint these storms. I know a lot of people are getting, the same areas are getting hit over and over again. I've had a lot of people in the comments say make it stop raining. Well, not make it stop raining, but they're getting a lot of rain. But some places just are favored, I guess. I do believe there is microclimate sometimes in certain places where the rain always misses, and some areas where the rain always hits. But check out, a lot of weather up here in the far corner of this map. That is due to basically a whole different kind of system up here, basically a dip in the trough. Up here is really getting some nasty severe weather going here. That is that marginal threat for tomorrow that could really produce a quick tornado threat, and then it turns into more of a mesoscale convective system, which is like a line of storms. We look into the northeast. This is actually kind of right now. We get into tomorrow. Tomorrow looks like a much quieter day for the northeast in general. But let me close this door. Them bugs are loud out there. But if you live in the Ohio Valley, it's going to be stormy tomorrow. There's a marginal risk for severe weather. Who knows, that might upgrade a little bit, but you can see these multicellular structures right here. So there could be some damaging winds, small hail tomorrow in places like Ohio and Indiana, even Kentucky and West Virginia. So some nasty weather could end up occurring there. Then it kind of dies out. But as far as temperatures, guys, it's just the summer. It's hot. It's hot as Hades. We warm up. It's pretty much warm everywhere. Even in Maine, you got temperatures in the 80s. So 80s and 90s across the eastern U.S., where you have more cloud cover, which I think is why this is showing up in the more mountain, higher terrain areas. Temperatures probably only reach the 70s and 80s, but it's still going to be humid everywhere. So as far as the tropics, it still remains quiet. Every day I look in the longer range, even though the longer range really isn't reliable, for any hints of more tropical development, but it is just still at not a favorable, basically a favorable situation right now. You have a lot of Saharan dust in place that's drying out the atmosphere, and just not favorable for tropical development. Here we are 300 plus hours out, and there is no signal at all showing any kind of tropical development. So we remain quiet in the tropics. That's pretty much all I got, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all have a blessed and awesome night.